Hey guys, my name's Dale Fallows and this is the Gadget Tube review for the Hudl 2. Now firstly, looking at the outer design on the new Hudl 2, it comes included with a micro HDMI port, a micro SD card port, a USB port for charging and syncing. On the top of the device we have a 3.5mm headphone jack. And then on the right hand side of the device you have an on button and the volume buttons. Now on the back you'll find two rear firing speakers. They're facing the wrong way in my opinion, but apart from that they're actually quite a good pair of speakers. They're apparently Dolby enhanced and they do have a good variation in tone, although the only problem is they lack in bass like a lot of mobile devices do. Welcome to the Gadget Tube. This week we're looking at the HTC RE action camera. The screen itself is 1920 by 1200 and it looks really great. It's an IPS display, so you get really good viewing angles from all sorts of angles, which means it's great for if you are watching a movie with someone. The graphics chip included in the Hudl is quite good. I used it playing Riptide and other games and it performed really well, really smoothly, and didn't really judder at any point. So far so good. This tablet is really responsive, really great, nicely designed, and more importantly is really cheap at £129. You can also get this available for £65 worth of club card vouchers if you use the club card exchange scheme. But of course for this kind of price and this kind of performance it has to have some cutbacks, and I think they've made that with the cameras. To be honest, the front-facing camera is probably all you'll need for Skyping or voice calls to people. It works quite well. It's 1.2 megapixels, although it does get a little bit blurry and a little bit hazy under low light conditions. Now the same goes for the rear-facing 5 megapixel camera. It's not great under low light, but it's quite good if you've got a decent amount of light. However, if you're taking photos with a tablet like this, or like this, you look a bit like a weirdo anyway, so I wouldn't bother. Now another area where Tesco may have cut back a little bit to keep it cheap is the battery department. The device is really super slim and thin, but the problem is the battery only lasts for around 6 to 7 hours in my usage. Tesco quote about 8 hours usage, so you'll probably get a couple of films worth out of this if you're on a journey somewhere or on a plane journey for example, before it'll run out of battery. The only slowdown on the device I found is sometimes when you turn it on, it takes a little moment just to turn on, and using the keyboard sometimes it can lag a little bit, although that may be down to Tesco's own launcher. Of course this can really be fixed by just using a different launcher from the App Store, maybe downloading Nova Launcher for example. The device comes running Android 4.4.2 and has really good built-in parental controls. The app Tesco have supplied is really simple to use, really easy to set up if you're giving this tablet to kids and you want to limit their usage of certain apps or limit the amount of time they use the device. Now just holding the device, it's quite nice to hold one-handed like this and scroll around and browse different apps and do your web browsing. It's really responsive for web browsing. In fact, the Chrome app runs really smooth on this, and for a budget tablet that's really surprising. When you buy the device it comes with £60 worth of vouchers. Some of those included do include Blinkbox vouchers. To round up, this tablet is a really high performing tablet for the cost. The only down points are the cameras. The cameras are slightly poor, especially in low light, and the battery life isn't the most amazing battery life we've seen from tablets. But apart from that, it's an all-round great performer. It's a much nicer design than previous, and it's a really nice screen to use. So I really recommend getting this if you're after a budget tablet that you don't want to spend too much money on. Hello, welcome to the Gadget Tube. In this episode we're looking at Windows 10, the latest Hudl 2 from Tesco, and some of the new Apple rumours and announcements.